Hi everyone and welcome back to Storytime with Collie. This evening's story I'm really excited about as it was gifted to us by the author Javeria Fatima Zaidi and it was illustrated by Zainab Jahangir. The story is called Tracey Learns to Lead. Now, it's about Tracey, who can be quite bossy. She loves inventing her own new games and loves all her friends taking part in it. But what happens when some of her friends don't really want to take part in her game? I'm sure we've all experienced something like this before. So let's follow Tracey's journey and find out. Are we ready? Here we go. Once upon a time, there lived a puppy named Tracey. She had a mummy, a daddy, and a little sister called Annie. Tracey loved inventing new games. She could come up with one new game every day. Tracey and Annie lived near another dog family. This other family had 3 puppies, Silas, Freya, and Joel. One morning, Tracey woke up with an idea. She was going to invent a new game. Leaf match. She couldn't wait to share it with her friends. Later, when all the puppies came out to play, Tracey couldn't wait to get started. "Listen, guys," she began. "I've got an idea for a new game. You will all gather as many leaves as you can and make a big pile here in the middle. Then, we'll jump in it," shouted Silas. "We'll dive into it," chimed Annie. "No, listen," cried Tracey. "Then I will pick up a leaf and I'll need to find another leaf just like it from the pile. But I need to find a matching leaf while you all sing a song. If I can't find a match before the song ends, I'm out." Tracey beamed. She waited for others to say what a brilliant game it was. "That's boring," said Freya. "Boring," copied Joel. "Let's chase the leaves," shouted Annie. Freya joined in the fun, while Silas decided to explore. Joel was happy to chew on a stick. Tracey looked around. "Guys," she yelled, "you have to follow the plan. Stop running around. That's not part of the game." Silas and Joel, "Come here. Annie and Freya, stop that right now." Tracey spoke in the bossiest voice she could muster. "Tracey," replied Silas, "I don't want to play your game." "Me neither," Joel copied his big brother. "Sorry, I'm out too," said Annie. Freya, caught up in the fun, didn't even respond. Everyone was busy doing their own thing. No one paid Tracey any attention. Her vision blurred as her eyes welled up and her shoulders hunched as a terrible sadness took over, and she quietly slunk away unnoticed. As Tracey found a little corner to cry in, Daddy Dog happened to pass by. "Hey, Trace," he said. "What happened?" Tracey relayed the events of the day, and Daddy Dog listened very carefully. He looked at Tracey with soft, caring eyes. He waited for her as she cried and spoke, then cried a little more. Once she was all done with crying and talking, Daddy Dog spoke. "I hear you, Trace. It's frustrating that no one wanted to play your new game. I can see you feel hurt." "What do I do, Daddy? How do I make them play my game?" sniffed Tracey. "Would you like to hear a story?" asked Daddy. Oh boy, Tracey loved her daddy's stories. She snuggled closer to him. to listen. Once there was a boss. He told people, do this or do that, while he thought of new jobs for everyone. After some time, people got tired of it, so they stopped listening to him. On the other side of the land, there lived a leader. When he had a new idea, he gathered his people and shared his idea with them. Then he waited. He listened to the people's idea. Then he took some of his ideas and some of their ideas and mixed them up and made a new plan. Most of the time, the people liked this new plan. Then the leader suggested a job for each person, including himself. If someone wanted a different job, that was okay too. Then the leader and the people worked together to make the new plan happen. So Trace, which of these would you like to be? The boss or the leader? This was a powerful story indeed. Tracey thought and thought. Could she do it? Could she be a leader? It seemed like a lot of hard work. Tracey sighed. She began feeling sad again. I don't know, Daddy, she said. What if I don't make a very good leader? Well, then you'll try again, answered Daddy Dog. Encouraged by Daddy's wise words, Tracey made her way back to the clearing. Shyly, she joined the others. What are you talking about? She asked. We're telling funny stories, Annie giggled. Your turn, said Joel. Tracey immediately had an idea for a new game. How about instead of telling my funny story, I act it out? Freya, would you like to be my helper? And the rest of you can watch, she said. A moment passed. No, I don't want to, said Freya. I'm hungry. I want to go home, said Annie. Tracey began to feel the heavy sadness on her shoulders again. I can be your helper, offered Silas. Picnic? Asked Joel. Yes! Thanks, guys, replied Tracey. How about a picnic and a play? Yay! They all cried in unison. And so, with some help from their parents, the puppies organised a little picnic. Annie, Freya and Joel sat down to eat, while Tracey and Silas put on a silly show and made everyone laugh. That night, Tracey felt peaceful. It had been a good day. After that, Tracey didn't always have good days. Sometimes she had great days, sometimes just okay ones. Sometimes she still slipped into boss mode, and the others didn't want to play with her. Then the terrible sadness would weigh on her shoulders as she sat in a corner. Tracey learned that sadness was only temporary, and she could try all over again. The best thing was Tracey never gave up trying to be a good leader and game inventor. To this day, she tries every single day, and the more tries, the better she becomes. The end.